Can you hear me? Hey, can you all hear me? See me? Put in a comment if you can hear me. Go ahead and put a comment. Say yes, I can hear you. Listen, beautiful. Gina, thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much. Let's give our audience beautiful Palm Beach mobile notary and fingerprint. Thank you all so much for coming. I see you guys. Welcome. Hey, Zaki Zakari. I'm so sorry. I can't pronounce your name. Chelsea, Zakiram, Gina, Cherie, welcome. It's your girl, Dr. Elizabeth. I am live. I am so pumped. I am excited to be here today. Welcome, everyone. Yes. One more minute and I'm going to go ahead and start. I have a lot to share with you. I recommend that you pay attention. Put everything you need to ask me in the comment section. Take notes while I am talking. And if you have any question, I'm going to monitor my chat at the end and we can take lots of questions. Yes, is that your first name though? Zay. I'm gonna just say Zay. Thank you, Jackie. I look good. It's all stage, y'all. I'm so excited to be here. Let me see if I can share this live. Let me see. I'm so excited. Thank you, Jackie, and thank you so much, A. Clarivan, Faith, Dash Charlene. Welcome. Stay right there. Do not go anywhere. I am here to tell you everything you need to know so you can make an informed decision. We need to do this often because immigration consultant is where the money lies, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I am talking about. What I am talking about. Let me see if I can share this video. Welcome. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have an amazing night tonight, an amazing session. I promise you that right now. Yes. Let's go ahead and share this video. I am live. Can I do this from here? Let's see. I don't want to mess up with this setting. It took me 10 days to do this. That's not true. It took me 10 minutes. It took me 10 minutes. Go ahead and put in the comment section where you are watching from. Go ahead and put in comments if you're from Maryland, where you are watching me from. I want to know where you guys are coming from, where you are watching me from. Go ahead and put in the comments. Maryland, Pennsylvania, Alabama, New Mexico, Jacksonville, Georgia. That's right, Zay. I'm Maryland. Yes. Go ahead and put in your comment. Let me know where you are watching me. Texas, beautiful. Philly, that's right. Put in the comment. Let me know where you are watching me from. Let's do this. Wisconsin, Tiffany, for real? Beautiful. Go ahead and put a comment. I want to know where you guys are chiming in from. Yes, just give me a minute. I want to share this video if it's possible. If not, I'm going to just move on. Just want to go ahead and share this video. I am elated. I'm happy to be here today. I am happy talking about immigration. You all know I'm an immigrant, Boston, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I need to visit some states, y'all. I can count. I've only been to where? Of course, I'm from Philly. I live in Maryland. I've been to New Jersey, New York, Georgia. I've been to California. I've been to Florida. Honestly, and that's it, y'all. And of course, Atlanta. That's it. Michigan, Charlotte. I need to come to Charlotte. I do really want to go to Charlotte. For real. I really want to go to Charlotte. I'm trying to see if I can share this video. Then we can dive into today's topic. Okay, I go share. I'm here. I could say this one here. So share. Go ahead and put in the my group so people can see that I am live and direct. Yes. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you. I took note. I took great note. I'm happy to be here. Are you gonna be happy to have me? All right, let's connect, guys. If you're here today, I promise I'm gonna be sending you. Um, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put a link here for my post attendee. All right, I'm gonna create a link. I'm gonna put before you leave. Make sure you put your email so I can send you my free gift. I do have a free gift for you. That's my starter, a checklist of what you should expect if you're gonna be taking this training from anywhere. I don't care if you don't take this training from me, okay, y'all. But you do need to be on the plug. Y'all need to be making immigration money, green money. We're gonna talk about how we can turn document prep into dollars. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen with you. I'm gonna dive right into this topic. Okay, I'm learning. Don't want to mess up anything. I've done this before. I should be able to do this. Share screen. Yes. Share screen. What am I sharing though? Let me share. I don't know what I'm sharing, but let me see. Share this one. Let me try. Yes. Webinar. Yes. Can y'all see my screen? Can y'all see my screen? Put in a comment if you can see my screen. It should be a yellow and blue power slide. It's called a PowerPoint presentation. Yes, it was Evelina. Yes, Gina. Beautiful step. Tari, welcome everyone. Before you leave, make sure you put your name in my post attendee, post webinar um link or registration because I do want to send you. I only sent this to Palm Beach Mobile Notary. He's the only one that I've sent the what is it called? The immigration consultant list. It's really a comprehensive list. If you have that in front of you, if you have access to that document, you can't miss anything in the immigration world. So I do want to bless you guys with that. Yes, I know you got it. You was the only one that followed up. I didn't want to send it because I know people register, but I didn't need to attend. I'm only giving it to those that are here today. All right. So how do you find the document? Palm Beach. Let us know. Put in a comment. Tell them it was a great document. Let them know what's going on already. That's just my free access or free information or free document. So you imagining you having access to my document or my course. But that's not what we want to really, really emphasize today. My emphasis is on immigration consultant. For those of you that don't know me, allow me to introduce myself or reintroduce myself. I am Dr. Elizabeth Akinferesoye, but you can call Akinferesoye for short for Akin, right? I am a business startup expert. What that means is that I help individuals to start their business. So what I did, I now went ahead to leverage. So I don't just help you all to start your business, I also help you grow and turn your business into a profitable business, okay? A diagnostic business to be precise, meaning your lab business, your DNA, your drug testing. So what I did and I went ahead and I looked at everything that I'm doing. How can I truly make this make sense to my people? The good news is that you all can actually stack immigration consultant with your DNA and drug testing business, even with your other services. If you're in notary, if you do fingerprint, if you do I-9, if you offer all of these multiple services, you can actually start because they are all relatable. And I'm gonna play that out tonight. All right. Why am I passionate about immigration? Why? Why? First of all, the first and the utmost truth is that I am an immigrant. I am an immigrant. I actually wasn't born here. I am naturalized into the American system. All right. I am originally from Nigeria. Okay. So I migrated into America. My family, my spouse, all of my families, we came all the way from Nigeria. Africa. You guys are very accustomed to Africa. I want you to know that Africa is a continent, okay? Africa is so big. It is a continent, okay? But and has so a continent has many and different what countries. So I am from the West African part. That's where Nigeria is located. Okay. So I'm passionate about immigration consulting because of what we have gone through, the process, especially for those that are not learned, meaning that those that don't, even if you're learned, to be honest with you, the process, especially anything, even as human being, anything that you're not used to, that is new to you, you need a navigator. You need an assistant. You need someone to show you, to tell you. Okay, where was I? I actually find myself asking for where was I? I was somewhere, I couldn't remember, but I needed help. I don't know where I was, and I had to like ask. And that's typical. As human beings, as anyone, if you are new, it could be you're going to somewhere, you're trying to buy a car, you're trying to build a house, you're trying to do something, you're trying to enroll your child into a program. As long as this process is new to you, you need an assistance. And that's what's happening right now to immigrants. They came all the way from another continent, another country, somehow, some way, either through the borders, either through wherever they came from. They found themselves in America here. They don't know what's up. All they know is that America is good. America has this and all of these beautiful amenities. America has good roads. America. If look, if you work 40 hours in America, you're fine. Remember, we have to also. So speaking of America is good. The currency. If you convert dollars into any other country aside Canadian dollar and pound sterling, the one that you spend in UK and all these other European countries, these currencies are higher than dollars. But anything after those three currencies, pounds, US Canadian dollars, and dollars here, American US dollar, if you convert this currency back into this, let's use Nigeria to be specific now. In Nigeria, we spend naira. If you convert American dollar into Nigerian dollar, it's steep. It means it is high. One US dollar is equivalent to 1,500 naira. 1,500 naira. Y'all need to be looking into immigration as I speak. Y'all can need to start to put your businesses in those countries. Y'all need to start to look into those. So, if you convert, so speaking of how America is so blessed, y'all have heard this word, God bless America. Yes, America is a melting pot. So when immigrants comes into America, especially, so let's go back to where we're coming from. No. That's right, Miss Gina. If you have found yourself needing assistance in any form or shape, put in a comment. Because I want to see anything new. Let's be realistic, because business is spiritual and business is psychology. And I'm trying to break down the need, the reason why y'all need to be looking into immigration consult. The only reason is because there is a need. To cut it short, there is a need. So when immigrant comes here, there is always a need for them for assistance. How to either translate. Remember, some countries are non-English speaking, right? Non-English speaking. We're talking about the whole world. So you imagine how big of a need this business is posing. I'm speaking of Asian, Hispanic, Caribbeans, Africans, all of these countries and continent. Everyone wants to come to America because America has a promising future. What does it include? Good roads, job. Y'all see in the news. Iran and Iraq, war forever and ever and ever. Who wants to live in the war? Who wants to live in a country that there is no electricity? Who wants to live in a country without transportation, without good roads, without promising job, without education, without health? You know what I mean? So America has all of these things. So they look into America as a promising what country? Not only that, remember the currency. Speaking of naira, US dollar, $1, when you convert it, that's $1,500. I hope that's making sense to you. So therefore, that is the reason why I like, because anything that will bring money to your table is what I like to talk about. I have been consulting for a very long time. I actually started teaching this program. I've been making passive income for close to 3 years now, helping just families around. Oh, you want to come to America? You need your green card? Go and talk to Eli. They call me Eli. That's my name. Y'all call me Coach Eli. They call me Eli at home. Go and meet Eli. Oh, anything immigration, any paperwork. And when they come to me, I don't even have a clue about business. I ask them for 1,000, they give me more. I ask them for 1,000, I get more because I give them results. As a young girl, I was making 30K, 20K every month because they go to me. I was the go to person in the community. The word of the mouth was spreading so fast for me. I didn't even know what I was doing. I enjoy because I just I was the one that assisted almost everyone in our family. As long as you can read and write, you can do this. It's like tax documents. Every year in America, we all have to file our taxes, right? It's like tax prep. Why do you guys go to tax preparer? It's not like y'all can't file your taxes. You can file taxes. But because we trust those people, oh, that's their job. They will do it better. They have a better software. It's the same concept for immigrants, immigration consultant. It's the same concept. So therefore, now let me break it down. Who is an immigration consultant? What your job simply entails is you are helping prepare documents. Why? In America, when you are trying to become a citizen or you're trying to come into American system, with these people here, this agency right here, United States Citizen and Immigration Services, aka USCIS, put it somewhere because this is going to be your best friend. The USCIS is one of the US governments that is in charge of American what immigration services. This guy right here, you must put an application through. By the time you become a consultant, this is going to be your best friend. As long as you can read. So your job simply is to help prep documents. People don't like to be bothered with document preparation. No. And I will give you statistics of how many documents this organization, USCIS, receives on a daily basis. A lot. So you imagine the need in what we are doing, in what we are talking about today, immigration consultant. So your job is simple. All you need to do is you provide guidance for people seeking to live, work, or study in America. That's your job. So sometimes your clients might be students who are trying to come to America. They probably got an admission, so they are called international students. So those process, you're going to be helping them with their visa. The visa is one of niche too. I just spoke to Cyvern this morning. Cyvern said, Coach, you know what? Because he just took the class. He's our new immigration consultant. He said, Coach, I'm just going to do visas for now because there is a lot of money. Because some people, a lot of people, by default, you are not born in America. You can only live here temporarily. So a lot of people wants to come for leisure, for work, like summer right now, people on vacation. Those that can afford it, they want to come to America and go back. So there is a need for visa. Some of you are here, y'all want to go home and meet some of your friends. You guys have some time back home. Some of you have people that you date. You have someone that you date, you also want to go visit. So on a temporary basis. So that's your role. You are only helping to prepare the document based on the type of visitation or the type of need. You need to identify the paperwork. That's what's complex about your role. And that's what you're going to learn in my class. But in the overview, an immigration consultant is someone that guides anyone seeking to live, work, or study in America. You help people migrate into another country, like I said, for either work, business, what have you. You also can help them obtain visa. Like I said, visa, anytime you're dealing with visa, that's a temporary, because visa is temporary. So a lot of time when people come here, they are either coming as a visa applicant, but as America is promising, they don't want to go back home. That's where Donald Trump has a problem. These are the people Donald Trump wants to deport because in his belief, they are a burden to American system and resources unless you are legal. So now a lot of these people that are here on visa wants to be legal in America. So they are needing your support. The best time to get into this game is now because of our current administration. Because what Donald Trump is saying is he's going to put these people back and take them out of the country. which I don't disagree with, because you need to be here permanently on a legal basis. So how can you help them substantiate to be legal here? So there are different pathways to become legal in America. You need to show us that you're legal. You can't be illegal because you're going to be a burden. I don't support that either. I want you to be legal in America. So they need you. So it's a lot of people here on visa that have expired. They needed to return because your visa was temporary. Visa was supposed to be for a certain amount of time, either for work. So if you're here for work, finish the work and go. Like all this construction worker, IT, those that are building road infrastructures, you here on your project, go. You're here to study, you're done with your degree, go. You're here for business, go. You're here for tourism, go. You're done. But what we begin to see is a lot of these people don't want to go back home because America is good. So now Donald Trump is putting a lot of these people on their hot seat. That's one niche right there. But I also want to tell you, some people are like me. We came here legally. I came here through the diversity lottery. That's another pathway. There are 5 pathways you can actually use in coming to them into the system legally. It takes only 5 days. After the 5th day, you would get your certificate and you will start to consult. And I can show you all of these statistics in a minute. 5 students right now are killing the show on TikTok. Anytime you're selling, social media is so broad and wide. People, immigrants are always looking. They are there. My formula, my strategy, you can't miss it. Well, let me continue to educate you some so you can understand what I'm talking about. So, like for example, and there is something in the system immigration, you would need to get your green card before you can become a citizen. Because without you being a citizen, you don't have a right. What is your right as a citizen? The right to vote, the right to carry on, the right to buy a house, the right to go to school, the right to open a bank account, the right to start a business. So all of these rights, these people don't have them because they're not citizens. That could be your niche, assisting individuals, especially those that have their green card, to obtain their citizenship. That's the N400 application. Citizenship, boom. Like I said, if you make this guy your friend, you will learn a lot. If you come here right now and you search N400, that's it right there. It is an application for citizenship. You all, most of you watching me right now, are citizen of America because you're either born here by birth. You can only become a citizen of a country in 2 ways. Either you was born here or you naturalized, which I became naturalized. And if you are going to go through citizenship, you need to do this application here. And you can get $2,500 for just helping immigrants fill out this paperwork. They don't know or they can't be bothered. This application right here is $2,500. They will pay you and you become boom like that. Let me show you what Gordon say. Look at what Gordon said. Y'all mean you're gonna make me fast forward into the money. Look, can you see Gordon's story? Am I able to stretch this? Can you see my screen? Let me see if I can stretch this. Look, Coach made 2,300 on his first VAWA case. Did I say Coach? I meant to say Gordon. That is how much people are paying you. VAWA case, just VAWA case, just VAWA case. You imagining he has 3 VAWA cases in that month or in that week. So because this niche here, we're not talking about $75. This is thousands because of your time. That's how we immigrants pay. That's our culture. Remember when I said they were just giving me, if I asked for 1,000, they give me 2,000. Like, well, 1,000 for giving me my life? Green card citizenship is gold. How many of you remember when Donald Trump said it's going to turn green card now is going to be called gold? To we immigrants, it is gold because we are living poverty. We are living uncertainty for certainty. I can now start my business. I can now go to school. I can now build my own home. I can now have an investment back home. It's guaranteed. You're helping people bridge the gap. Immigrants, you're helping them substantiate the dream come true. It now has become a dream come true. Of course, Evelina, I'm glad you guys are sharing feedback because it helps me make it make sense to you. It's so very good. Your project, when you consult, your fees is separate from immigrant fee. That is good. USCIS has their fee and there are different fee schedules, so you don't have to worry. In my course, there is everything you need. The fee schedule. Get ready, you need to buy a binder. The fee schedule. This from right, all you need to do, like I said, just go on uscisi.com. There is a fee schedule. That's all you just have to do is say fee schedule, and you will see the fee schedule for all of the forms. So there is a way, so there is a sheet that I gave you, and there is this intake form process that I gave you. You have to itemize your fees for our immigrant. Your fee, consultation fee, is definitely different from the fee they will pay directly to these people, USCIS. So the fees are different. Don't want to open too many tabs, but the fees are right here. All the fee. Look, this is just one fee, but there is a huge fee schedule that I gave you. You have access to all of this form. You can just say, let's say the N400, for example. You can just say N400 fee. It's going to tell us in a minute. I don't want to open the fee schedule, but I may have to. Okay, right here. 760. If you file by paper, it's 750. If you do it online, it's 710. So they already know this fee doesn't go to you. It goes to the USCIS. Your fees are different. Does that help answer a little bit? Welcome. So your fees. Let's go back to where I was. So you're going to start to turn paper into purpose, document into dollar. And you can even stock. Like Ewelina said, Polish people probably don't speak English. So you need translation. You can even add. So I teach stocking. The beautiful part is that you can stock this with notary, tax preparation, translation. You can stock. There's something here. You can't have an immigration case. You can't have an immigration DNA without an immigration case. One immigration DNA, I don't know, some of you, majority of you here should be in the DNA lab business, diagnostic, DNA testing, immigration DNA rather, is also one of the services you can stock. And the way that I enjoy to teach you guys these days, y'all can start to sell your digital products. A lot of needs right now, aside document preparation, immigrants also needs assistance with interview process, especially for the N400. Before you can become a citizen of America, you need to take what we call the civic exam, the civilization examination, shortened for civic. Listen, you guys are going to be fire duo. Fire duo. Go check out Gordon. Go check out Lashandra. Go and check out Sierra. Go and check out no, Ineka hasn't started yet. My lady, all of this, my students are making passive income. You guys are, because the need is so enormous. And I'm identifying a no need right now. Immigrants don't only need document preparation. If you can just sell a digital product where you can help them prep. Look, there is this examination they need to take. Civic exam. Practice test. You see this test? Not only this test only. When immigrants, every time we are submitting an application to this USCIS, you have to do an interview. A lot of times, these people, again, they are panicking. They don't know what to expect. So they rely on you as an expert. And what we do, what we teach, how I leverage this, why am I trying to be quiet? It's a secret that I'm dropping. This is a gem. It's probably not making sense right now because you're not in yet. But this is a huge gem. I really like to share this because it's like a secret admiration for me. Look, when immigrants are going for their interview, listen, they have anxiety because it's a matter of like a life and death. Am I going to get these things that I've been working for years for? Why do you think all these Hispanic people, all this, what are they called, would risk their life and cross the border just because they want to come to America? So you are now telling them, oh, I've done your paperwork, they've accepted you. The last phase is just for interview, and that's it. So they need support. Right now, what we are leveraging is that we are giving them interview assistance. We are also stacking that as a service. If you charge any immigrant $1,000 to help them prepare them for interview, they will close their eyes and swipe that card because you are. Anytime you are in business for impact and solution, you are not going to worry about what you're going to make. Those things are like ease. Anytime you're solving problem, and this is the latest problem I begin to see, that my immigrant, even if you are not here to prepare documents, even if it's even you, let's say you just want to open your doors, just to be what, solving problems, helping immigrants prep for interview. And the way that we do it, let me give you the secret here. We go into these groups. There are different immigration groups. So people that have gone through the application interview process, they come and share in the group. Oh, this was the question they asked us. So if you can sit in those groups for 2 hours and capture all those questions from different niches, some can be going for a marriage interview, some can be going for father and child interview, whatever those interview cases are, you put them together and you put it in a package and you say 20 interview questions for I-130, you are going to sell out. You're going to sell out because anything that drives the money is what I go after. Visas alone. You know how many people wants to just come to America? Just get me here. I don't care if I don't have my paper. Let me just come here and visit. They know they're not going to return. They're going to overstay. And when they get here, they worry about that. That's when they want to start to marry. You see a lot of them. That's why you see some fraudulent marriages. Some are real. You see, I don't know if you have family friends or closer people that really share their story with you, but that's what's happening in the immigrant world. These people are in, not necessarily, for the lack of better term, chaos, and they need solution. They need your support. They need your services, not only for document preparation, for all of these services. Y'all do immigration DNA, you can start that way. You can start to offer interview process. You could make it a one-on-one, you could consult and do it as a package. There are different ways you can administer this. I prefer for them to just download and have access on a repeated basis. You make money while you're sleeping. Digital product, if you are here today and you're not selling something online, you need to start selling something. You need to start making money in your sleep. Digital product, even if you're selling it for $3, 300 people downloading those documents for $3 every day, multiply that by 365. The exam for the naturalization is the civic exam. It's 100 question. And the way that I teach my students is that you would say, okay, I want, so that's your package. I teach you guys this in the course, how you're going to say this. I'm going to help you with the naturalization if you need assistance. Because when I was coming to America, my teacher told my mom he's going to prep us for interview. That's where I got these ideas from. I'm talking from experience, what works. Even attorneys had to come and take my classes. Yes, an attorney, they have the right to go and do legal representation, but they don't have no first-hand experience that I have. They've been to school, they've been to law school, but they don't have experience that I'm sharing. They come back to take this course because of the first-hand experience that I'm sharing with you. There are so many ways you can address need and make money. The goal is for you to make income and impact, nothing else. And when you are here for impact, the money comes. So all the loops, all the gaps is what we want to bridge with our services. Like I said, people want to come, they don't care. Like I was sharing with my students, even if your niche is just to help students relocate to America, that's your niche. You don't want to do business, you don't want to do pastoral, you don't want to do tourism. All you just want to cater to are students, and that's the F1 and F2. F1, F2 visa. If that's what your page, your Instagram So they can say, oh, she's the go-to for any F1. And you're going to be sell out. Look, F1, F2, F1, F2. If that's what you want to do, how do you help your F1, F2? You are going to go to those American universities that actually offers free scholarship, and you're going to make it a package. Oh, all of my students that qualifies, if you have a bachelor's degree and you want to come to America and do master's degree, come, go to this school, go to this school. I even had to teach you guys a certain way. There are some content creator right now as I speak on Instagram. The only way they make money on Instagram is releasing the names of schools that are giving scholarship. That's the name. Some content creator, all they do is hair. Some all they do is cook. Some all they do is twerk. Some all they do is, oh, the businesses, the grants available. This particular niche is what's booming right now. You have to go with the flow. The new flow, as I'm saying and I'm speaking on Instagram right now, is some content creator. Because if, like I say, if you are solving problem, if you are giving information, you're gonna sell it. So there are these new content creators that I'm beginning to follow. All they are doing on the content creation is giving us names of schools that are giving scholarship. So they've done the work for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's now broken. You don't have to go and find no schools anymore. Just follow those content creators. If they drop, oh, University of Alabama is giving scholarship for this, just take that information and make it your own. And tell your immigrant, if you're going because your business is F1, you're serving students. So you then start to see a lot of people that qualifies for students, then start to come to you and start to pay you. You start from your consultation. Okay, these are the things you need. Your documents. Apply to this school, get your scholarship. Boom, that's all. That's what it takes. Once there's an application, there's universe, what is it called? It's not application, admission letter. Once they have the admission letter, they can come to America, because all they need to tell when they get to the interview is documents, which you're going to help them to prepare. That's your role. And all of the description is on the USCIS government website. That's why I say USCIS website is your best friend, because it's item. Your job is to read. Once you're able to read, you're able to make money. Couple with the education that I'm going to give you. Absolutely, Jackie. So, and that's just one niche. I say, by the time so that's what sets you apart as an immigrant consultant. What do you bring to the table? Are you helping them bridge gaps? Let's go back to our notes here. We talked about Gordon. Look, 2 VAWAR cases. Let's see, and I'm not giving you 10, 12, because those are unrealistic. If you're a pro, you can have 20. Like, all these attorneys are packed. They have backlogs of cases. They can't even work. Sometimes you actually, if you truly enjoy paperwork, you can actually work with an attorney and he will refer those cases to you. Attorneys has a lot of cases, and now immigrants knows that there is something we call immigrant consultant. So because attorney charges ×2 of what we charge. If you go to an attorney, they're going to charge you $10,000 just because they want to help you with a case. So right now, immigrants are preferring to work with us because we get the work done. So you imagining you're having 2 VAWAR cases. This one is violence. If you want to look up what VAWAR is quickly, it's a lot of people going through this process. There is a lady, she calls herself VAWAR Queen. If you go on Instagram, if you go put it right there, VAWAR Queen, just go on her life one day, just follow this girl. You're going to see loads of people crying, immigrant, not people, I meant to say immigrant, needing this attorney support. Look, you just go on Gordon, my student, just go on his page, just go on Sierra page, just go, I'm going to give you their names. Just go on their page, go and see comments. Prospective client turn into lead, turn into paying client. Just speak their language, speak what they need, tell them the problem you're solving. They will turn into paying clients for you because the need is enormous. So you imagine in 2 VAWAR cases, that's 5,000 grand right there for you. VAWAR, I've said different things here. VAWAR is another one here. VAWAR, it stands for violence amongst women. Is it? I don't know the last. It couldn't be a hat. Look it up real quick for me. Somebody should look up VAWAR and post in a comment. What about visa cases? What about the I-130? I-130 is the application you need to file if you're bringing your family. We also have something we call the K1 visa. That's the fiance. How many of you knows about the 90 days marriage program? Do you guys watch that show? Just put VAWA on Google and copy and paste it back here. How many of you knows about the VAWA is really interesting, y'all. Lashandra is in VAWA. All my students have specialty. That's how much I tell them. And they know. The course is so direct. Lashandra is in VAWA because she has a nonprofit. She's helping pregnant women. She's into wig and all that. So she might as well just stay in a lane. VAWA is for, let me see if I can really put that up here for you. VAWA USCIS, yeah. It's an act. It stands for Violence Against Women Act. So I was right. Let me share this. So this is VAWA. And a lot of VAWA cases now can self-petition. What that means is that they don't need to go through that spouse, through that boyfriend, through that girlfriend to get their green card because they are a victim of abuse. And abuse under the law can be anything. It could be emotional abuse, it could be verbal abuse, it could be physical abuse, as long as you have proof. Natasha had a VAWA case 2 days ago. And I'm still here. How do I know? Because my student can still call me. I can still be part of their journey. I support them. I support them in the process. So you're not alone. You're not alone. I-130 is another case. There are different, like I said, you imagining people having different niches or different reasons to come here because our paths are different. Someone from Dominican, where Jackie is from, their case is not going to be similar from someone from Africa. Their case is not going to be similar from someone that is from the Caribbean. The case is not going to be similar from someone from the Philippines. It's not going to be similar from someone that is from Asia. We all have different cases. So where do you want to fit in? Who do you want to help? You let us know. But the need is there. Know your states. Let's talk about states and law. So VAWA stands for Violence Against Women Act. For those that have gone through abuse or going through abuse in their relationship. By the time you start to breathe immigration, start to research into this topic, it will continue to make sense. So, some of you may wonder, do I need to, what is, coach? Hey, this immigration looks like, it's even complex. Even the name is so complex to speak, especially for those of you that are born here. Even the name. But guess what? As long as you have a registered business, LLC, anyone can help. I'm going to show you a form for example's sake. I'm going to show you an example. If you go through any USCIS legal document form, there is always a section. There is always a section for you as the document preparer to put your name. Anyone can help anyone to do this paperwork, and you get paid. This is an example of a paperwork. It's always in the last page. If you go through this, the section is there for you. So you may wonder, can you do this? The answer is yes. Without a law degree, because you don't need a law degree to fill out the paperwork. The only time lawyers are involved are for complex cases. Some people have criminal cases. Some case we do have to escalate to the attorney because attorneys are by law able to represent you in the forum in the court of law. We don't have to. We don't have the capacity to do that. We are not an attorney. So that's why we have restrictions. We have our scope. Here is your scope. Look, there's an interpreter session and there is a section for document preparer. So document preparer. Yeah, right here. Preparer's name. So this is where your business information goes. On every application, there is this section here. And if you read this, you're going to see that you are able to do this. So don't be confused. Don't let misinformation take you from your goal. As long as you're not practicing law and you're not promising anyone anything that you can't do, you're good to go. And that's why there is a contract that I give you that is part of this program. Get ready. Your binder is this much. It's a lot of paperwork that is involved here, even as a starter. Some states prohibit, but meaning that you can't address yourself as consultant. What do you need? You need a website. You need to have an online presence. Very important. Even if you don't have a website, you need a very good social media. And if you want, some of you are not really good with online, but you're inline, meaning you're in person, you can do a lot of, you can make a lot of money by connecting to nonprofit around you, churches, mosque, barbershop, African markets, political leaders. What is this other place? Your this people, your what is I'm looking for that word. Chamber of Commerce. But I prefer the online way because it's a fast turnaround. But I've seen some students, they like the in person and they're killing the show too. But what do you need? You need a business, an LLC. You also need to have your surety bond, and your verbiage is what you need. When you have those things, oh, I'm sharing this slide with you guys. You need this web, you need an online presence, you need your website. If you want to do in person, for sure, your flyer. Start getting your questions ready. Where is this form? Which form, Cherie? Cherie, all the form that I'm sharing you is on USCIS website. This form right here, this is for the naturalization. If you're going to help a green card, so this person, if you're going to ever have to do this application for anyone, that means they have a green card. Because only a green card can make you become a citizen. So this is the citizenship. So that means that person was not born in America, but they are trying to naturalize, which that's the one that I did. Because I wasn't born here. So and you can see, you can let us know what qualifies you. You know, our military people, if you serve in the military, after 2 years, you can become a citizen of America. Your employer can give you your citizenship too. There are 5 pathways you can become a citizen of America. So a lot of times it could either be through your employer, it could either be from marriage, that's your family. It's called a family-based petition. It can come from DV lottery. It can come from humanitarian. A lot of people say, oh, we're having war back home. It's called a humanitarian. Then they file for asylum. There is another guy, he calls himself Asylum King. Go on TikTok, go find this guy. This guy is not an attorney or anything. He has limitation in English, and yet he makes 40 grand every month assisting immigrant. If you think I'm lying to you, pick up your phone right now, go and search Asylum King on TikTok. See what this guy is doing. If you just go through his page, you're going to see what I'm saying. He is not an attorney. All he is doing is, and he has his niche. He doesn't go too far or too left. He calls himself Asylum King. All he does is asylum. Asylum are sought by those that are looking for humanitarian support. Humanitarian means, oh, I don't qualify any other way. I have an excuse. There is war back home, or the government are asking me to do circumcision on my baby. People have different cases. As long as you have documents or proof, you can help them. Gina says, I have an office already. I see how this would be fit very nicely into what I already do. I'm a licensed clinical, yeah, clinical license. You're already a consultant. You can do this. Asylum King, go search him and say, Coachella, why are you lying? That's his name right there. If I can, yeah. And he's not an attorney. There is another one. She calls herself Consular Queen. She's on Facebook. Go look at these people. Just to show you that you don't need to be no law, no law degree, nothing. As long as you can read and understand, this brings you what you need. Like I said, anyone that can read and understand can do this. USCIS website is going to be your new best friend. All this information, what I'm saying, is here on this guy right here. Everything you need, including the fee, the type of form, and the beautiful part of this, your job. Anytime you have a form, there is an instruction. There is a manual. Everything you need, even including the supporting document. Your job is right here. Like for example, let's say you want to do N400 for a client. It's gonna tell you exactly what they need. They need their photo, they need a list of all of their permanent expiring and issued whatever green card. They need to do their biometrics. You see how we used to tie that back into fingerprint? That's why I say some of you can stack fingerprints into what we do, because every time you're going through immigration process in America, we need to fingerprint you, because if you're a criminal, we need to know. You can't be a criminal and have the rights to everything in America. So that's why biometrics is one of the services we like to stack. That's why I say this niche is so highly involved. There are whichever role you want to play is what you should play. So this in USCIS, like I said, is going to be your best friend, because it will tell you all the supporting documents you need. The moment you're using that form, it gives you all of the instruction how to fill every document line by line. Line by line. Everything is on the website. That's why I say all you need is just know where to go and know what you're looking for. Where to file. It tells you edition date, the current edition dates application, the forms and document. Look, the instruction. Anytime you see a document, a form, an instruction is following. An instruction is there. Your job is easy. All you just know how, you just have to know how to build your momentum online. Or if you're trying to do it in person, your nonprofit, like what, let me get her name correctly. Like Gina was saying, Consular Queen, Consular Queen. There is Consular Queen, there is Vower Queen. Consular Queen is for Facebook, Vower Queen. And yeah, I need to show you because, and when you take my course, all of this information is there. You can't miss it. My form is so well robust. It gives you all the strategy that you need. There is a way we leverage our celebrity. There is a way we leverage content creation. I teach you all that formula. There is a formula in my course, only for $9.99. And with one client, you're going to make this money back. $9.99. Self-paced course you're going to have access to. Vower Queen, that's why you have to name yourself. Picking your name is so very intelligent. I like my students. Let me see what Gordon is. The new Sierra has a new name too. I'm like, oh, Sierra is understanding now. Your name has to fit with your calling to make it make sense. Guys, drop those questions. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Look at the statistics here. Reason for being a consultant, like I said, immigrants are always looking in, and these are just, I need to update the statistics. These numbers have tripled. In 2015, we had 7.2 million applicants, and as you can see, every year a number increases. 8 million. Are you kidding me? And these are just way back. If I can, this data was derived from this USCIS website. Look, 8.5 million applicants. Are you kidding me? And if they don't do this paperwork correctly, they get rejected. That's why you are in need. That's why your job is important. That's why you play a role. You play a role. You play a role. Look, these are typical fees, charges. Adjustment of status is very huge. This one here, you're gonna have to charge 3,500. These fees are old fees. If you are gonna help is someone to adjust their status, and that's what a lot of people are going through right now. Remember, I said when they came, they initially came to study. They were supposed to go back. They initially came to visit. They were need to, everybody, majority of my immigrants here came to visit with a visa for some short-term reasons, temporarily. But they overstayed. That's why Donald Trump is crazy right now. So majority of them are needing what we call adjustment of status. There is a paperwork you need to file. That's the I-485. The I-485, we're going to talk about stacking in a minute. $9.99. We give you this course right now. 9,999, $1,000 is your investment that you're gonna make right back if you use my formula. I promise you that right now. Before you buy, go and check out these people. Go and check out my students. I'm gonna give you Gordon's and Sierra's name. Go see what they are doing on TikTok. Natasha and Lashandra. Go look at all of them. Look, adjustment of status. That's also a very high performing niche. Like I said, so because they came and they didn't go back, they need to adjust their status because what we know was they were here temporarily. So you want to become something, you want to have your citizenship. It's a self-paced course. Self-paced. You take your time. You do your work. You follow my instruction. You execute. Watch, execute. That's what I've seen to be effective right now. You're gonna have access to that course. It's not lifetime, but you're gonna have access at least 6 months. And what I want to add right now is that I'm gonna be having drop-in session every month. You can drop in whenever you want to drop in. I'm gonna release those dates. If you're a student and you've taken the course, the self-paced course, you can drop into my monthly session to come ask your question. If you have any case you want me to review, bring it on. Every month we're gonna be having immigration drop-in session. Drop in. You can do more than 10 drop-ins as you desire every month, back to back. What was I saying though? A lot of people right now, a lot of immigrants needs to adjust their status, and that's the I-485. If I show you that form, that's one of the largest documents that we have here. Again, go to your best friend, your USCIS best friend, go there and say I-485. Look, this form here is to adjust status. And the beautiful part with this document here is that you can file concurrently. There is something we call concurrently. That's actually what's making all of this so beautiful. Concurrent means while you're trying to adjust your status, you can also get your green card. For example, you're seeking asylum. You can concurrently adjust your status. Oh, you was a fiance, you saw somebody in a 90 days marriage. Okay, now I want to adjust real quick into my green card to become a permanent. Like there's something we call concurrent, which I shared in elaboration in the course. Like I said, anytime you see a form, there is an instruction. So you can't miss everything. The fees are will follow. If you use what I'm teaching, if you're really paying attention to what I'm searching, you will see everything will just boom. That's how the database works. We even have a software you guys can use to make your work easier right now. I talked about all of that. Edition date is that you can't miss it, where to file, when to file, the filing fees, which is definitely not separate from your fee, your checklist, everything they need. Like I said, look, every time you're adjusting your status in America, you need a medical examination. That's where your blood drug comes in. That's where your lab services comes in. They need to do the COVID. They need to do all this medical testing. You can partner with an examiner and get his work done. That's why it's so relevant in today's lab. And that's why I take pride in teaching this because everything we do resonates and is stackable. One client will give you up to 5,000 if you truly know what you're doing. Like Gina that was telling me she's a mental counselor. You would really, really be great for this one here. Every one of you. As you can see, before you can adjust your status, come here. Come and do your checklist. It's here. You can't miss it. And there is a medical exam that is in play. This is where your lab comes in because the doctor will write those orders. Go and get this work done. Go and get this work done. And they come to you. You sell your services. You start right there. In this form here, if you look at this form here, let me show you. Let me show you this one here. Look, it's 24 pages. That's why you are going to charge 3,500 for this one here. Because a lot of people, 9 out of 10 times, a lot of immigrants, when they need to adjust their status, you are concurrently. So you're not only doing I-485, you're doing another document. So you're going to stack this one, this form here, you're going to stack. So that's why your profit is high for this one here. And you have to know how to adjust. If you're truly an adjuster, you know how to adjust this. You can conveniently, so you imagine doing three people, three adjustment status cases in a month. Multiply that by 3,500. Who wants to do the math real quick? Put in a number. 35 times 3. So on what basis? Let me show you. Because I said you can stack. So there is in the section of this form is you can't miss it. The form, everything, every time you, like I say, if you can read, look. So what status are you adjusting on? What do you want to currently file? If it's true family, like I said, sometimes somebody might be a fiance and they've turned that into marriage. You can concurrently file I-130. So you can concurrently file an I-130 with this petition here, this application. If you are VAWA, you can do that. And the instruction is there. You definitely know how to do it. If you are doing this through employment, like I said, some of you that have businesses, that's another way. I don't want to teach you all the other ways. Look, a lot of times businesses makes money for bringing people into America. If you can really petition for someone, they will, if they use your agency, you can make money. But you have to be very careful on what you say on the internet, because I don't want to share lots. I only share this with my paid client. This is another pathway to make money. If you have an LLC and know how to leverage, okay? But employment is another pathway, and if that's the case, you fill out those per. Some people are called special immigrants. So it depends. Some people look asylee, the asylum king. This is what he does. This is his niche. Refugee. So if you're seeking asylum, you can concurrently file this paperwork together. Look, human trafficking, the special programs, the DV people, these are my category here. So like I said, we have different pathways. So you can concurrently file this paperwork and you make your money. Yes, you can. That's what a lot of my students are doing. What is 10,500? Oh, that's the math. Yeah, right there. That's right. Just 3 clients. And if you're consistent, you're showing people how to adjust their status, that you can really help them, they will come to you. They will come to you with no reason. They will close their eyes and swipe the card. They don't have a problem because you're going to help them get to where they need to go. So yeah, you can do this as a DBA. Great questions. Keep them coming, y'all. So wraparound services. Speaking of wraparound services, stocking. Like I said, a lot of you are in the DNA business right now. We are not only doing DNA immigration. I'm seeking funding for you guys. So if you're following me, you probably have heard me talk about the funding opportunity for genetic testing. But the reasons a DNA and the best, some of the reason why some of you got into this project, into DNA, is because of the DNA immigration, which is the highest performing in non-invasive pregnancy tester. The non-invasive pregnancy test kit gives us close to $2,000. Immigration DNA, one is 1,000. That's how much we charge, because again, it's immigrants, right? It's because of the value that we bring. We're helping people secure lifetime documents, citizenship. Do you understand what I'm talking about though? You don't know the value because you by default have it. Some people, it took them years, took them their life, took them their breath. You know what I'm talking about, right? In other words, there are some stackable services, medical stackable services, DNA immigration stackable services, digital product stackable services. For you, my mental health clinic, you can also stack this. Your best friend right now should be nonprofit organization. There's a lot of money that has given to nonprofits to support immigrants, to support mental health, to support all of these other issues in the community. Right now, as we speak, there is a grant for immigrants to teach them English, to offer services to them, especially for those that are faced by either human trafficking or going through violence. There are so many projects and grants available to those population, those demographics. So you can play a role if you truly know how to position your business and your services. So these are stackable services. So mental health, housing support, we need you to get on this. So if you are truly ready to make money every day, if you are looking to solve problems, our immigrants, I need you to get on here. You're very welcome. So do we have only Gina here? Gina is the only one asking question? No, no. In order for someone, no, that's if, no, citizenship is different. If someone is trying to bring a family member into America and the person interviewing them, aka the consular interviewing them, needs more evidence. Like, oh, you say this is your mom, this is your child. Oh, I see it on the birth certificate, but I'm not convinced. I need more proof of relationship. And the only way to prove relationship is through DNA testing. And you have to do it through the AABB accredited body. And that's why we partner with an accredited DNA lab such as Alliance, such as GDC, right? So that's when you prove that relationship. It's not for citizenship. Citizenship is the last, it's the final path. Green card first. Anyone you want to help to get the citizenship, they need to have green card. Green card either for 5 years or 3 years. 3 years if they got the green card through an American spouse. It depends. Adjustment of status is better. Thank you, Step. Welina, adjustment of status is better with paperwork. N400, boom, online. You're done. There is no insurance. Your business is insured. For this, it's just more like a professional liability insurance. You can also get a surety bond. And I tell you in class how to put your word. As long as it's just like, how many of you are notary here? You know how they say you can't advertise as a public notarial? It's the same thing. You can't advertise and say, just as long as you say, oh, you are non-attorney, you're fine. That's what your state requires you. Did I answer your question, Gina and Ewelina? Insurance, any specific type. If for lead, we have to have environment. No, for lead, that's for you because you guys are doing the home lead testing. But for blood draw lead testing, all we need is clear. That's all you need to do. You need for insurance, for immigration consultant, all you need is surety bond. If that makes sense, Charlene. Green card is not the same as visa. Great question, like that question. Green card is permanent. Visa is temporary. Does that help? So a lot of people on this path, the visa wants to transition into green card, the permanent residency, so they don't get deported. Is it making sense? So there's a lot of people right now looking to become this person here, the green card. That's why they need you because Donald, especially with this current administration, because of this deportation, the IRS. No, what are what is these people that are deporting? Those agencies, ICE. No. So yeah, I answered that. N400 is easy peasy. I just did one in Pennsylvania. Application is in 20 minutes. I think I went like when I was doing one in N400 application. That's easy. The lengthiest one is the adjustment of status, and that's why we charge a lot for that one. That's it. That's it. It's just completing paperwork and verifying. That's how you start. It's like you're a case worker. Very similar to case worker and similar to tax preparer. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so you guys can see me clearly. Yes. So I can see myself clearly. So very similar to tax preparer, similar to a case preparer. So in some states, you guys are considered document preparer. In some states, immigration consultant. You all can't provide legal advice. As long as you make that clear, you are fine. It's the same concept with public notarial. Very good. I like that. Yeah, there's an extra fee, but your application. By the time you become an expert, the only application don't necessarily get rejected. They won't say they don't reject application like other agencies. They will just request for more application. No, because immigration consult. I like that question, Jackie. Let me answer Clarivan first. Clarivan said if they reject the application, are there questions from the USS? USS will request for more document. They're gonna write you a letter. So you always have to tell your clients to look at. I like for those paperwork, those letter to go to your client, and that's actually very good because their address is on the application. So they will just say, "Oh, we need more document." And USS will always tell you application is received. If they need more document, they will tell you to send it. It's not like when you're applying for a license group home, they reject all your home care nursing or your home care license or your staffing agency where they reject you have to deal over it. It doesn't. It's not like that. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. And if they need more paperwork, they can even ask them to bring those original documents with them to their application, to their interview. Yeah. Yeah, you can follow up with if they don't respond to you or you haven't heard back from them from like in 30 days. Again, these instructions are there. They will tell you to follow up with them. No, it will go to your clients, and your client will tell you, "Oh, I received a letter." Like the last one we did, the client said, "Oh, they've called me for my biometrics." So I told them, so because they will always tell you, because again, they are very loyal people. They will let you know of everything, unless if you specifically want to receive all the case. But I want you guys to do hands off. Once you submit the application and they've received it, your work is done. Your job is done. It's Then the USAID starts to correspond with the applicant. They send him letter. Okay, we need this, we need that. You can just do phone call support. It depends. I prefer to do the paper because you guys are going to be dealing with everyone in the 50 states. So it's better for you. And you have to collect your fee upfront. You must, unless if you want to say, okay, I'm starting the paperwork, put a down payment. The moment you complete that application and you have told them you've gathered all the supporting documents, your fees must be complete. And they can either pay you by Zelle, you can pay you with Cash App, or you can pay with your payment processing card. There are different ways to take payments. But when they want to, when you want to pay USCIS, they need to write you either a check or money order, and you need to ask them to get a signature. So because they're gonna mail you, right? They're gonna mail you those checks because you're the one doing the document preparation. So that's why I say I prefer the paper application. You can also get the software where the time you start to advance, if you start to receive 20 or more cases in a month, you have to switch into electronic because then the paperwork becomes cumbersome. And like I said, there is immigration tool software itself. They know that software knows exactly what people use it every day. So it helps you actually, it's like a CRM software too. It's not only for document preparation or the USI document, it tells you, it actually even helps you do your job. It's gonna tell you this paperwork is needed. It's an immigration software. So say you want to do N400, it tells you everything. It's a mimic of the USCIS database. All those immigration software, it mimics the USCIS database. It's built for those purposes. So I collect my fee upfront. I collect all my fee upfront. No one, I don't even do down payment. But since you guys are new, I even say y'all need to offer free consultant so that you can. And when you're making your flyer, when you're making your caption, when you're making your content, always say free because a lot of people like the word free. People enjoy free item. People like the word. So offer free. By the time you become a pro, and now you have a lot of people getting free consultation, then start to slap a fee on it. Start to ask for fees. Yeah, and that's how you start to do it. If so, you can give them free consultation. You can say first 15 minutes or first 30 minutes, especially because you're new, give it to them for free. But if they keep coming back and they're asking serious questions to their advantage, you got to start charging fees like I do. If it, Just like Coachella, if y'all come to me, I can do free call. But if you're not wanting to know more and asking me complex questions, then you pay me for my time because now they are picking my brain. So if they're not picking your brain for their complex cases or like you've met with them for the first time, you kind of like have an idea of who these people are, their case. Now they needing more support, then you can ask for a fee. And I think they won't have a problem to pay you $50 per hour just to get more answers to their question. Look, in the beginning, I'm going to say, because you're trying to get your feet wet, make it free as long as maybe even up to 90 days. Just you have to use your discretion. But if you're very fast, if you're seeing that people are not needing your support, then they have to pay your fee. Then you can even say $20. You can start soft. Everything is there. The flyer, the templates on, yes, is in the course. Everything you need is in that course. Everything you need is a holistic document or access course. Your binder, I even have a guy specifically that does immigration paperwork for us. Flyer. Are all interviews in English or the Canadian? If they need an interpreter, then they will request. So USCIS, from that case, you're not the interview. Your case, remember, your work is document preparation. Document preparation, supporting to fill out application. That's it. Anytime you submit to USCIS and they acknowledge the receipt, you are done. If they need interpreter from that point, yes, you they provide it. But if they are still with you and they can't speak English, yes, you can get it. Immigration. You don't need a translator. Trust me. There is this app we discussed in the class. I don't think. Yeah, there is this app, and you will see there is this. Where is this? There is what is there is this new. It's not a app. It's a recorder. You're gonna speak into that thing and you ask it to translate, and you give it to those. You give it to them. There are so many translations app or tools that you can actually use right now. Unless if you want to pay a translator, but I think you shouldn't be paying no translator. You can use a app to translate. Even Google has translator. So if you speak in Google, say Google will yeah, translation app. Yeah, don't pay no translator. Yeah, because you're stacking. I really want you guys to stack. Can we double and triple as an immigrant consultant, DNA tester, notary for the same case? Yes. Even for fingerprints, and you can even do the medical. I've had to do a medical case before, because for those that are adjusting their cases, they need a medical paperwork. They need to go through those medical to check their vaccination, do their blood work, the titers, the TB, and all that. And I had to be the one to I stacked. I charged for those blood draw because they are different services but the same. So if I don't charge them, if they have to go elsewhere, they have to go and pay the lab anyway. So I did the lab. I got my payment. It's not a conflict of interest. There is no. This is an independent business. Remember, you're an independent contractor, so there is no conflict of interest with who. You have to be very specific, Charlene. So step say there is a fee of USN yourself. So the money order for USN Zelle. Yes. So your fees they sell to you. Money order, their fee. Anytime you're paying USCIS, they need to money order you. They need to write you a check. And in order for you to receive it, they won't just put in a regular mail. They need to put it in a secured mail so that you can receive that, so that you can make sure you have it in. Now, without you signing, they don't give you those mail. You know those type of mail that I'm describing, right? Step. That's the one that you're gonna ask them to do. And they pay you either online, Zelle, and everything else. Yes, this is a translation app. Jackie is asking, I'm asking to see if I can provide this services with either this process. Yeah, I have a lot of Hispanic students that actually are doing this right now. And for those of my non-Hispanic or non-immigrant, y'all just need to get a translation app if you happen to have an Hispanic. But most of these people, like my African people, Dominican, people from Philippines, they all speak languages, English. So you wouldn't have few people. Yes, you might need a translation. And like I said, I use that like even for my DNA for this lab, because I do the non-invasive pregnancy test. My Hispanic people don't speak English, and that I won't let that bother me. I just call a student that speaks Spanish or say, "Hey, hold on," and I go on my translation. What does this mean? And I type it back and I say those in their language. You have to sell. You have to be able to sell. You don't let those barriers stop you because there is a solution. Like you can use those translation. Go and put on your shirt. You can't come to my screen. You know that, right? This boy is funny. So to help either this process. Did I answer your question, Jackie? Awesome. So that's what's happening, guys. This is so very good. Um, yes, that's right, Charlene. Yeah. So the client gives us a check written out to the US. That's right. The nada. Yeah. They write it to the check, and there is a way you have to also give them that instruction because the instruction is also coming from the USA. Like I said, everything you need to do, there is an instruction that backs you up, so you are not missing anything. You're not missing any steps. The USCIS will tell you write your money order. Let me see if I can find that, and it tells you exactly what to write. Let me see if I can pull that real quick for you. Money order to USCIS, right there. That's it. It's anything you need. If you can search, yep. Look. Oh, I stopped sharing my screen. Let me go back and share my screen. It's like, where is this? Let me share my show you real quick. Share screen. Look. Anytime you want to send out a money order, you just have to write the U.S. Department of Homeland Security or write USCIS. And these are some of the handles I want you guys to follow. Like I said, when you do have access to that course, you won't make it, you won't miss it because we do want you to repost some of this post from these agencies, the USIS agencies, no, the government agencies in charge of immigration, so that you can also that helps you in building content and you talking about what's relevant in the current society or in our current country. So this is directly from the USCIS. Again, you have to make sure, and for you to know that you're on the right website, this has you have to find out you have to look for this logo, and it has to say an official website of the USIS government. Okay. How to write your check. Look, everything you need is here, and it's gonna give you the instruction. So, U.S. Department of Homeland Security. That's just look for N400. That's it. This is an example of how to write a check. How to pay USCIS fee. Again, all the instruction is here. If you want to pay by credit card, you can also pay by credit card. There is also something we call the logbox. Again, we share all of this are in the course session. No worries. Any other questions for me, y'all? This is a great session. I'm going to leave you guys with the link. I want to send you my free checklist. I'm going to post it via that method. I'm going to put this here. All I need is just your name and email, and I'll send you the checklist. Yeah, the course gives you a certificate at the end, and that's what you need. Post webinar attendance or something. I'll say yeah. So you would get a certification of completion. You're welcome. I need to get you your email. I need to get you the free checklist. Okay. So go ahead and put your name. Fill out this form for me. You're welcome. Stop sharing my screen so y'all can see me. Also, I would also give if you go on my website, but here is the course if you're interested in it. I don't see why not. Let me see here. No, it should be here. I should be sharing my screen for this one. Let me share my screen so I can show you. You're welcome. So you're gonna say share, 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 share. Oh, I'm sending that right now. You just have to click here on the course. If you go on Coachella, you scroll down here. Where's the course? Did I remove it? Oh, this one here. And it's this one here. So I'm gonna post copy. It's in the link in the post conference, post webinar. Stop sharing my screen. Post webinar is here. making me money. And then we can dive into today's topic. Oh, shoot, I'm here. This one here. All right, that's the link. So you can see that I am live. I'm almost done. All right, great, great, great. Let me know if you are able to pull that link, and I will see. Let me see if I'm receiving. So that's the post survey for your starter checklist. Awesome. Stop it. Don't do that. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you all so much for joining me today. All right. Thank you all so much. Bye. No, this is not for a conference. I don't see the link to the checklist. It's right here. Did you see this? This is the link here. This one here. This is the link. No, it's this one. This one here. Do you have it? Oh, beautiful. Cherie, thank you. Zay, thank you. MT, you're welcome. Let me see email field. There's no email field. One sec. Oh my gosh. It should say email field. All right. Check it again. One sec. You have to refresh before you check. It should say email. I said Elizabeth. Check it again. Just your name and email. That's all that I need, and I will send you the checklist. That's what you all need. The starter checklist, so you can have an idea of what you should be doing and what your package, your course content should look like. Okay, that's your free starter checklist. For you, you want to know if I'm gonna give you the checklist at the conference. No, we have a lot to talk about at the conference, so we're not gonna do no checklist. If you need a checklist, get the checklist now. Get the checklist now. It's free. Just put your name and I'll send it to you as a thank you for attending and a thank you for having a great night with me. I'll send the checklist for you for free. You don't need to pay for it. Every other person will be paying for this, I promise you. Then, so Tiffany, check for me. I think I fixed it. Let me know, confirm. I fixed the checklist, the email. So let me know, confirm with me, and all done. I can complete again. Yeah. So very well. Great, great session. Thank you all so much for attending. I hope this has been a blessing and helpful. I encourage you to tap into this space. You will definitely be getting your money back for sure from what I've seen. Awesome. What did you leave a course? What did you leave a comment? I want to see that comment. Go ahead and put in the group. Leave your comment in the group. Awesome. MTE. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for that update. I love updates. I love feedback. It helps me, and it helps me, really helps me too. I can't wait to see you. Ewelina. Is Evelina the same thing as Ewelina? Because this has Evelina. Is this you? Is this the same you, my VIP Ewelina? Beautiful Miss Gina. Awesome. Mensa marketing. Yes. Looks good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you. Good, good, good. This was great. Awesome. Let me let you guys go. I'll see you guys again. Some of you, I'll see you at the conference. My email was on mine. Okay.
Hi, guys.
This one here.